Ladies and gentlemen, today I come before you with a message of vision, a message of destiny, a message of purpose. There are some of you here who are destined for greatness. Some of you who will rise above the rest, not because of where you were born, not because of the circumstances you find yourself in today, but because of something inside of you, something that cannot be bought, something that cannot be taught, something that cannot be taken away. It is the fire that burns in the hearts of those who refuse to accept mediocrity, the unshakable belief that there is more to life than what the eye can see. And I am here to tell you today that if you have that fire, if you have that belief, if you have that unstoppable force within you, then you may very well be on the path to becoming one of the greatest, one of the wealthiest, one of the most impactful individuals this world has ever seen. There are signs, my friends, signs that mark the future billionaires among us. They are not written in the stars. They are not whispered by fate, but they are forged in the character, in the mind, in the very soul of the individual. And if you recognize these signs in yourself, then you are already on the path to something greater than you can imagine. The first sign is an unrelenting hunger, an insatiable drive that pushes you forward even when everything around you tells you to stop. There are people who wake up each day and go through the motions, content with their routines, satisfied with what they have. But the ones who are destined for greatness, the ones who will rise to unimaginable heights, are never satisfied. They are always seeking, always striving, always reaching for something more. It is not greed, my friends. It is purpose. It is the understanding that they were placed on this earth for more than just existence. They were placed here to build, to create, to transform. And with that hunger comes another sign, the ability to see opportunity where others see obstacles. There are those who look at a problem and see defeat. They see the roadblocks, they see the impossibilities, they see the reasons why something cannot be done. But the future billionaire looks at the very same situation and sees a way forward. They see potential. They see an answer hidden in the problem itself. Where others see walls, they see doors waiting to be opened. Some will call it vision, some will call it wisdom. But I tell you, it is a divine gift. It is the ability to see beyond the present reality and into what could be. And when you combine that vision with action, with relentless pursuit, with a refusal to give up no matter what stands in your way, then, my friends, nothing can stop you. Another sign of a future billionaire is an obsession with learning. Not just learning from books, not just learning from classrooms, but learning from everything, learning from failure, learning from experience, learning from every person they meet. The small-minded man thinks he knows enough. He believes he has all the answers, that he does not need to grow, that he does not need to change. But the one who will rise to the top understands that knowledge is the greatest wealth of all. They devour wisdom like a starving man devours bread. They seek mentors. They study the greats. They listen more than they speak. And let me tell you something. The most successful people in the world never stop learning. They never stop growing. They never reach a point where they say, I have arrived. No, they press forward. They evolve. They expand their understanding because they know that stagnation is death. They know that the moment they stop improving is the moment they begin to decline. And then there is another sign, one that may surprise you. It is not about intelligence. It is not about talent. It is not about skill. It is about resilience. The ability to stand in the face of failure and not just endure, but rise again, stronger than before. There is not a single billionaire on this planet who has not faced failure. Not one. They have all been knocked down. They have all faced moments where everything seemed lost. But what separated them from the rest was their refusal to stay down. Most people fail once and give up. They throw in the towel, they abandon their dreams, they convince themselves it was never meant to be. But the future billionaire understands that failure is not the end, it is the beginning. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every defeat is a lesson that strengthens the warrior within. And so they keep going. When the world says you can't, they say, watch me. When the doors slam shut, they build their own. And I want to tell you something today. If you have ever failed, if you have ever faced rejection, if you have ever had a dream crushed before your very eyes, that does not mean the journey is over. That is a sign that you are being prepared for something greater. That is a test to see if you have what it takes. And if you refuse to give up, if you keep moving forward even when everything is against you, then success is not a question of if, it is a question of when. But my friends, there is another sign, a sign that is perhaps the most important of all. It is the understanding that wealth is not just about money, it is about impact. It is about changing lives. It is about lifting others up as you rise. The truly great, the ones who leave legacies that last long after they are gone, are not just those who accumulated riches, but those who used those riches to build something greater than themselves. A selfish man may become rich, but he will never become great. A man who hoards for himself may have wealth, but he will never have purpose. The future billionaire is not just concerned with his own gain. He is concerned with what he can give. He is driven by something deeper than money. He is driven by the desire to create, to transform, to make the world a better place. And so I ask you today, do you see these signs in yourself? Do you feel that hunger? Do you see the opportunities that others miss? Do you thirst for knowledge, rise from failure, and dream not just of wealth, but of impact? Because if you do, then you are not like the rest. You are not meant for an average life. You are meant for greatness. You are meant to rise. And the world is waiting for you to step into your destiny. Do not wait for the right moment. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for someone to tell you it is possible. Go now. Build now. Believe now. Because the world does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who take action. It belongs to those who refuse to settle. It belongs to those who see what others cannot and who dare to chase after it with everything they have. Go forth with fire. Go forth with vision. Go forth with purpose. And never stop until you have become everything you were created to be. And yet, my friends, there is something more. There is a force within you greater than talent, greater than knowledge, greater than opportunity. It is the force of belief. The belief that you are destined for something greater, that your dreams are not just fantasies, but blueprints waiting to be built. Look around you. How many people live their lives in doubt? How many people listen to the voices that tell them they cannot, that they are not good enough, that they do not have what it takes? But the future billionaire does not entertain these lies. They do not allow doubt to take root in their heart. They guard their mind like a fortress, refusing to let negativity poison their destiny. They walk with an unshakable confidence, not arrogance, but certainty. The certainty that what they see in their mind will one day be seen by the world. They know that everything great starts as something small, that every mighty tree was once a tiny seed, that every empire was once a thought in someone's mind. And they do not waver when others mock them, when others tell them their dreams are impossible. Have you ever noticed that the people who doubt the most have accomplished the least? That the ones who laugh at ambition are the ones who have settled for mediocrity? The future billionaire knows better. They do not seek approval. They do not need validation. They are not moved by the opinions of those who have chosen to remain small. They are driven by something greater, by purpose, by vision, by the fire within. And when the world tells them no, they find a way to turn it into a yes. When doors are closed, they do not complain. They build their own doors. When they do not have the resources, they create them. When they are met with obstacles, they find a way around them. And when they are told they will never make it, they smile, because deep down they know that the only voice that matters is the one inside them. But let me tell you something. It is not enough to dream. It is not enough to believe. It is not enough to want success. The world does not reward those who sit and wish. It rewards those who act. The future billionaire understands that action is the bridge between the dream and the reality. They wake up early, they stay up late, they do what others will not do so they can have what others will never have. Have you ever noticed how most people are quick to talk about what they want but slow to do anything about it? They have ideas, they have plans, but they never execute. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right conditions. They wait for someone to give them permission. But the future billionaire does not wait. They take what little they have and they start. They do not let fear paralyze them. They do not let uncertainty hold them back. They know that the perfect moment will never come, so they create their own opportunity. And in doing so, they develop the most powerful trait of all, discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done even when they do not feel like it. The ability to push forward even when they are tired, even when they are discouraged, even when there is no immediate reward. The world is full of people who start strong but fade when things get hard. But the future billionaire, they keep going. They understand that success is not about intensity, but consistency. It is not about bursts of effort, but daily habits. And let me tell you something. If you cannot master yourself, you will never master wealth. If you cannot discipline your mind, you will never discipline your business. If you cannot control your emotions, you will never control your future. Wealth is not given to the undisciplined. Fortune does not favor the lazy. The future billionaire understands that success is built in the small moments when no one is watching, when there is no applause, when there is no recognition. They put in the work day after day, month after month, year after year, knowing that the reward will come. And when the rewards come, they do not waste them. They do not fall into the trap of instant gratification. They do not spend what they should be investing. They do not live for today at the expense of tomorrow. The future billionaire thinks long term. They understand that wealth is not about how much you make, but how much you keep, how much you grow, how much you reinvest into your future. How many people have squandered their success because they lack the discipline to sustain it? How many people have reached great heights only to lose everything because they did not have the wisdom to protect it? The future billionaire does not just build wealth. They build a system, they build a foundation, they build something that will last for generations. And yet, even with all this, there is another sign. One that may seem small, but is more powerful than you can imagine. It is gratitude. The ability to appreciate the journey, to be thankful for every lesson, to honor every struggle as part of the process, Because let me tell you something. When you are grateful, you are unstoppable. When you appreciate the little, you will be trusted with the great. When you honor what you have now, you open the doors to more. Gratitude is not weakness, it is power. It is the force that keeps you grounded, that keeps you humble, that keeps you focused on what truly matters. The future billionaire does not become consumed by greed. They do not measure success by numbers alone. They measure it by impact, by legacy, by the lives they have changed along the way. And so I ask you today, do you see these signs in yourself? Do you recognize the hunger, the vision, the discipline, the resilience? Do you feel the fire burning within you, pushing you forward even when the world says no? Because if you do, then let me tell you something. You are not ordinary. You are not here to live a small life. You are not here to settle. You are here to build. You are here to create. You are here to rise. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let doubt rob you. Do not let the voices of the small-minded keep you from stepping into your destiny. You were made for more. You were called for greater things. You have inside you everything you need to succeed, everything you need to overcome, everything you need to turn your dreams into reality. But you must act, you must commit, you must decide right here, right now, that you will no longer live a life of mediocrity, that you will no longer listen to the voices that tell you it cannot be done, that you will no longer wait for permission to pursue the life you were meant to live. The world is waiting for you. The opportunities are waiting for you. The future is waiting for you. And it belongs to those who dare to chase after it with everything they have. So go with boldness, go with confidence, go with the fire of purpose burning in your soul, and never stop until you have become everything you were created to be. And yet, my friends, I tell you today that there is something even greater than discipline, greater than resilience, greater than the hunger that burns within you. It is faith, the unwavering belief in yourself, in your vision, and in the path that has been set before you. Because let me tell you, there will be times when the road is dark. There will be moments when the weight of your dreams feels too heavy to carry. There will be days when nothing seems to work, when doors refuse to open, when the very people you thought would support you turn their backs and walk away. It is in those moments that faith is tested, and it is in those moments that the future billionaire is set apart from the rest. The ordinary man gives in to doubt. He begins to question whether he was ever meant for something great. He listens to the voices that say, maybe this isn't for you. But the one who is destined for success knows something deeper. He knows that every struggle, every setback, every rejection is a stepping stone, a piece of the foundation being laid for something greater. And so he presses on. He keeps moving forward when it seems like nothing is happening. He stays up working when no one is watching. He sacrifices when others indulge. He stays true to the vision even when there is no evidence that success is near. Because, my friends, the greatest things in life do not come to those who wait passively. They come to those who believe so strongly, so fiercely, so relentlessly that they refuse to quit. How many people have quit too soon? How many dreams have died because the person holding them gave up just before the breakthrough? You see, most people think success happens suddenly, that billionaires are made overnight, that one lucky moment changes everything. But the truth is, success is not a moment, it is a process. It is a daily decision. It is the accumulation of thousands of small actions, thousands of moments of faith when no one else believes. And here's something else you need to know. The future billionaire does not think like the rest of the world. They are not moved by trends. They are not controlled by circumstances. They are not distracted by what others are doing. They operate on a different level. They think bigger. They see further. While others focus on today, they are already 10 steps ahead. Have you ever noticed how most people live for the moment? They spend everything they have. They chase short-term pleasures. They look for quick wins, easy money, instant success. But the future billionaire does not think this way. They are builders. They do not just make money, they make wealth. They do not just succeed for themselves, they create something that will last beyond them. They understand that true wealth is not measured by numbers in a bank account, but by the legacy they leave behind. And let me tell you something, true wealth is not just about money. It is about freedom. It is about power, the power to make decisions on your own terms, the power to live life without limitations, the power to give, to create, to shape the world in ways that most people never will. Money is not the goal. It is a tool that allows you to turn dreams into reality, a tool that allows you to lift others as you rise. The future billionaire understands this. That is why they do not fear money and they do not worship it. They respect it. They learn how to control it, how to multiply it, how to use it as a force for good. They understand that money is nothing more than a reflection of value. The more value you create, the more money flows toward you. The more you solve problems, the more doors open. And that is why the future billionaire is obsessed with solving problems, not just for themselves, but for others. Because at the end of the day, wealth is not about taking, it is about giving. The wealthiest people in the world are the ones who have provided the most solutions, who have created the most opportunities, who have changed the most lives. Think about it. Every billionaire you have ever heard of did not just make money. They built something. They created something. They left an impact so powerful that the world could not ignore them. And that is why you must ask yourself, what am I building? What am I creating? How am I leaving an impact? Because, my friends, if you are only chasing money, you will never find it. If you are only thinking about yourself, you will never go far. But if you commit yourself to creating something bigger than you, if you dedicate yourself to making a difference, if you pour yourself into solving the problems of the world, then wealth will chase you. The future billionaire does not ask, how can I make money? They ask, how can I serve? They do not focus on transactions. They focus on transformation. They understand that the key to success is to give more value than anyone else, to over-deliver, to go above and beyond in everything they do. And that is why they are never complacent. They are never satisfied with good enough. They demand excellence in everything they touch. They hold themselves to the highest standard. While others settle, they push. While others relax, they work. While others are comfortable, they stretch beyond their limits. Because they know that comfort is the enemy of greatness. They know that success does not come to those who play it safe. It comes to those who take risks, who dare to fail, who are willing to step into the unknown with nothing but faith and determination. And let me tell you, the future billionaire does not fear failure. They embrace it. They welcome it. Because they understand that every failure carries a lesson. Every mistake brings wisdom. Every setback is preparing them for the next level. Most people fear failure because they think it defines them. They let it break them. They let it convince them that they are not good enough. But the future billionaire knows better. They know that failure is not the end. It is the beginning. Every great success story is built on a foundation of failures. Every empire is built on the lessons learned from mistakes. So, do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Do not be afraid to take risks. Because the greatest risk of all is to do nothing. The greatest failure is to never try. The greatest regret is to look back and wonder what could have been if only you had believed, if only you had dared to take that step, if only you had refused to quit. And I tell you today, there are two types of people in this world. Those who will watch others succeed and those who will become the success story. Those who will talk about what they could have done and those who will do it. Those who will let fear hold them back and those who will rise in spite of it. Which one will you be? Will you sit back and watch as others build their dreams? Or will you stand up and take hold of your own? Will you let doubt, fear, and hesitation steal your future? Or will you rise with courage, with determination, with an unstoppable fire that refuses to be extinguished? The choice is yours. Your future is in your hands. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do it for you. It is up to you to decide, to commit, to act. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. The opportunities are there. The doors are ready to be opened, but you must be willing to walk through them. You must be willing to do what others will not. You must be willing to believe when no one else does. Because I tell you this, the future does not belong to the weak. It does not belong to the fearful. It does not belong to those who settle. It belongs to those who dare, to those who dream, to those who are willing to fight for the life they were meant to live. And if you are ready, if you are truly ready, then let nothing stand in your way. Go forward with fire. Go forward with faith. Go forward with the absolute certainty that you were meant for something greater. And do not stop. Do not quit. Do not turn back. Because your time is now. Your destiny is calling and the world is waiting for you to rise. And yet, my friends, as I stand before you today, I must remind you, destiny does not favor the hesitant. The future does not belong to those who wait for the right time, the perfect conditions, or the permission of others. It belongs to those who move, who act, who refuse to be paralyzed by fear or doubt. Because let me tell you something, the perfect moment will never come. The stars will never align just right. The conditions will never be flawless. And those who wait for certainty will wait forever. The future billionaire understands this. They know that the time to start is now, not tomorrow, not when it feels right, not when they have everything figured out, but now. Because time is the most precious resource and it is slipping through your fingers as you hesitate. Every day that passes is a day you could have spent building, creating, moving closer to your destiny. And let me tell you, the future billionaire does not waste time. They do not live in procrastination. They do not postpone their dreams for a later date that may never come. How many people have dreams buried in their hearts? How many have visions of success that they never pursued? How many went to their graves still holding on to ideas that could have changed the world? My friends, let me tell you, the richest place in the world is the graveyard. It is filled with unwritten books, unbuilt businesses, unspoken words of encouragement. It is filled with the potential that was never used, the talents that were never shared, the greatness that was never realized. But that is not your story. That is not your future. You are not here to live in hesitation. You are not here to let fear rob you of your destiny. You are here to break through every barrier, to defy every expectation, to rise above every limitation. And that means you must take action. Because let me tell you, ideas are worthless without execution. Knowledge is meaningless without application. Planning is nothing without movement. The future billionaire does not just think about success, they chase it with everything they have. They wake up every day with purpose, with urgency, with the understanding that every action they take brings them one step closer to their goal. They do not waste time on things that do not matter. They do not indulge in distractions. They do not allow their energy to be consumed by negativity, by pointless arguments, by things that do not contribute to their mission, because they know that every second spent on something unimportant is a second stolen from their destiny. Have you ever noticed how the most successful people in the world are not just working hard, but working smart? They are strategic. They do not chase every opportunity. They focus. They do not do everything. They prioritize. They do not spread themselves thin. They go all in on the things that matter most. And let me tell you something. The future billionaire does not just work for money. They work for mastery. They work for excellence. They work to be the best at what they do. They do not settle for being average. They do not aim to be good. They demand greatness from themselves in everything they touch. Look at the world around you. The wealthiest, most successful people are not those who did things halfway. They are the ones who committed fully, who gave everything, who became so good at what they do that the world had no choice but to pay attention. And that is why the future billionaire is always learning. They never believe they know it all. They never stop growing. They read. They study. They surround themselves with people who challenge them, who stretch them, who force them to think bigger. Because let me tell you something, you cannot rise higher than your mindset. You cannot go beyond what you believe is possible. You cannot achieve greatness while thinking small. And that is why the future billionaire constantly expands their mind, constantly seeks new knowledge, constantly breaks free from the limitations that hold others back. But knowledge alone is not enough. Learning alone is not enough, because there are plenty of people who know what to do but never do it. There are plenty of people who have read all the books, who have attended all the seminars, who have all the information, but they are still stuck. Why? Because they never applied what they learned. The future billionaire understands that knowledge without action is wasted. They take what they learn and they use it. They apply it, they test it, they refine it, they improve every day, because they know that success is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong process. And that is why they do not fear discomfort. They do not avoid challenges. They do not shy away from struggle. They embrace it. They welcome it. They see it as a necessary part of growth. Because, my friends, nothing great was ever achieved in comfort. Nothing powerful was ever built without struggle. Do you think the greatest athletes in the world became champions by training only when they felt like it? Do you think the greatest entrepreneurs built billion-dollar businesses by avoiding difficulty? No. They pushed through. They sacrificed. They endured the pain, the fatigue, the frustration, because they knew that every struggle was making them stronger. The future billionaire understands this. They know that pain is temporary, but the rewards of persistence last forever. They know that every hardship, every setback, every difficult moment is preparing them for the next level. They do not see challenges as obstacles. They see them as opportunities to grow, to learn, to sharpen their skills. And let me tell you something, the future billionaire does not walk alone. They build a team. They surround themselves with the right people. They do not waste time with those who doubt them, those who drag them down, those who do not believe in the vision, because, my friends, your environment matters. The people around you matter. If you surround yourself with small thinkers, with complainers, with people who accept mediocrity, then you will never rise above them. But if you surround yourself with visionaries, with leaders, with those who push you to be better, then you will elevate yourself to new heights. The future billionaire understands that success is not a solo journey. They seek mentors, they seek guidance, they learn from those who have gone before them. They humble themselves enough to admit when they do not know something, and they are wise enough to listen to those who do. But even as they learn from others, they remain true to themselves. They do not compare their journey to anyone else's. They do not waste time worrying about what others are doing. They focus on their own path. They know that the only competition that matters is the one between who they are today and who they are becoming. And let me tell you something, the future billionaire is not just chasing wealth for themselves. They have a bigger mission. They have a purpose that goes beyond money, because money by itself is empty. Success by itself is meaningless. True fulfillment comes from making an impact, from changing lives, from building something that will outlive you. The future billionaire asks, what legacy am I leaving behind? What will people say about me when I am gone? How will the world be different because I was here? Because, my friends, let me tell you, life is short. Time is precious, and at the end of it all, what will matter most is not how much money you made, but how many lives you touched. And that is why I ask you today, what are you building? What are you creating? What impact are you making? Are you living with purpose? Are you chasing something bigger than yourself? Because the future billionaire does not live just for themselves. They rise so that they can lift others. They succeed so that they can give back. They build wealth not for greed, but for impact. And if you see these signs in yourself, if you feel this fire burning within you, then I tell you, your future is waiting. Your destiny is calling, and it is time for you to rise. And yet, my friends, I tell you, the journey is not for the faint of heart. The path to greatness is not lined with ease and comfort, but with trials that test your spirit, challenges that stretch your endurance, and moments that demand everything you have. The future billionaire knows this and embraces it, because they understand that nothing truly valuable comes without struggle. There will be days when you feel alone. There will be nights when sleep escapes you, when the weight of responsibility presses down upon you like a crushing force. There will be times when your own mind whispers doubts, when the voices of the world tell you to stop, to turn back, to settle for something less. But hear me when I say, the fire inside you must burn brighter than the darkness around you. The hunger for your dream must be greater than the fear of failure. The belief in yourself must be stronger than the noise of doubt. The future billionaire does not ask for guarantees. They do not wait for reassurance. They move forward in faith, knowing that their destiny is not written by chance, but by the relentless work of their own hands. They refuse to accept defeat because they know that every failure is simply a lesson, every obstacle is a stepping stone, and every setback is a setup for something greater. How many times have you seen people give up too soon? How many dreams have been abandoned in moments of weakness? How many people have walked away when they were just inches from breakthrough? My friends, the greatest test of success is not talent, not intelligence, not even opportunity. It is perseverance. It is the ability to keep moving forward when everything in you wants to stop. It is the willingness to get back up again and again, no matter how many times you are knocked down. And let me tell you, if you want to see the signs of a future billionaire, look at how a person responds to failure. Do they crumble or do they rise? Do they make excuses or do they learn and adjust? Do they retreat or do they press forward with even greater determination? Because I promise you this, every billionaire you admire has a story of failure, of loss, of moments when the world counted them out, but instead of accepting defeat, they made a choice. They decided that failure would not define them, that struggle would not break them, that their dream was worth every sacrifice. And that is why, my friends, the future billionaire does not seek comfort. They do not chase the easy road. They are willing to go where others will not, to do what others refuse to do. While the world looks for shortcuts, they take the long road. While others settle for average, they demand excellence. While the crowd plays small, they dream big, act boldly, and refuse to shrink to the level of those around them. And let me tell you something else. The future billionaire does not blame. They do not point fingers. They do not waste time complaining about circumstances, about the economy, about what others have done to them. They take responsibility for their own life, their own success, their own destiny. They understand that no one is coming to rescue them. No one is going to hand them greatness. No one owes them anything. Do you know what separates the successful from the unsuccessful? Mindset. Not luck, not background, not even resources. It is the way they think, the way they respond to adversity, the way they choose to see the world. The future billionaire does not see obstacles as barriers. They see them as opportunities to grow. They do not see problems as reasons to quit. They see them as challenges to be solved. And because of that mindset, they keep pushing when others stop. They keep believing when others doubt. They keep going when the world tells them to give up. And that persistence, that unshakable determination is what ultimately separates them from the rest. But let me tell you something else. The future billionaire does not walk alone. They understand the power of relationships, the importance of mentorship, the necessity of surrounding themselves with the right people. Because let me tell you, success is not just about what you know. It is also about who you align yourself with. Who speaks into your life? Who influences your decisions? Who do you allow to shape your mindset? The future billionaire is intentional about their circle. They do not waste time with negative people. They do not entertain those who doubt their vision. They do not keep company with those who do not push them to be better. They seek out those who are ahead of them. who can challenge them, who can guide them to the next level. And because of that, they grow faster, they learn more, they expand beyond their limits, because iron sharpens iron, and success breeds success. And let me tell you, there is one more thing that sets the future billionaire apart. It is not just their work ethic, not just their vision, not just their persistence. It is their heart, their purpose, their reason for doing what they do. Because, my friends, wealth without purpose is empty. Success without meaning is hollow. The future billionaire does not simply chase money. They chase impact. They do not work just for themselves. They build something greater than them. They understand that true success is not measured by how much you take, but by how much you give. What is driving you? What is pushing you forward? What is the reason you refuse to quit? Because let me tell you, money alone will not sustain you. Money alone will not keep you going when the road gets tough. Money alone will not give you the fulfillment you seek. But when you have a purpose, when you have a mission, when you know that what you are building will change lives, that is what gives you the strength to keep going. And that is why I ask you today, what is your mission? What are you building? What impact are you making? Are you chasing something bigger than yourself? Because the future billionaire does not think small. They do not live only for today. They do not measure their life by temporary things. They think long term. They think generationally. They think about legacy. And that is why they refuse to waste time. They refuse to settle. They refuse to let fear, doubt, or circumstances hold them back, because they understand that every moment matters. Every decision counts. Every action they take is either bringing them closer to their destiny or pulling them further away. And I tell you today, if you see these signs in yourself, if you feel this fire within you, then you are not ordinary. You are not meant for mediocrity. You are not here to live a small life. You are here to build. You are here to create. You are here to rise. And the time to step into your destiny is now. So, my friends, after all has been said, after every principle has been laid before you, after every sign of a future billionaire has been revealed, I ask you, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let it stir something inside you? Will you let it ignite a fire that refuses to be extinguished? Or will you let it pass by like a fleeting whisper in the wind? Because knowledge without action is meaningless. A dream without pursuit is just a fantasy. The future belongs to those who dare, those who refuse to settle, those who understand that their destiny is not written by the world, but by the choices they make every single day. The future billionaire does not wait for permission. They do not ask if the world believes in them. They move forward with faith, with courage, with relentless determination. They see what others cannot see. They believe when others doubt. They persist when others quit. And I tell you today, the signs are not just about what you have, but about who you are. They are not just about money, but about mindset. Not just about success, but about purpose. And if you see even a glimmer of these signs in yourself, then hear me now. Your future is calling. Your destiny is waiting. And it is time to step into the greatness that was meant for you. No more hesitation, no more excuses, no more waiting for the perfect moment. The time is now. The world is watching. The opportunity is before you. And if you rise up, if you refuse to back down, if you choose to walk this path with unwavering faith and relentless action, then I promise you, The future billionaire is already within you. Now go forth and claim your destiny.